Good morning, you beautiful people. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day today. Today, I want to talk about the multiplayer style of Call of Duty right now, and I want to specifically reply to the exclusive Ace. A fair amount ago, about a week ago or so, the exclusive Ace released a video about why he doesn't play Modern Warfare Remastered, and this is what he said.
Jump shot! You can still jump shot in this game. Whereas like newer CODs, the pace has evolved, the pace has advanced very significantly. It's become much faster. I'm about to get destroyed here by this chopper. And I have a hard time going back to Modern Warfare Remastered. I feel like the gameplay style that is rewarded the most is a more slower paced style. I'm not saying there aren't rushers out there. I'm not saying you can't rush. It's just not nearly as easy to rush in this game because of your sprint out time. And people are rewarded so much for sitting and pre-aiming. The person that's pre-aimed in this game is the person that wins. It's not the person that's running around.
Now, I want to make this abundantly clear. I really love TheXclusiveAce. I think he's one of the best Call of Duty commentators we've ever had. He's very professional. He's really a smart guy. He's got a good head on his shoulders. He's very level-headed, and I love him for that. We've had some good conversations, too, about Call of Duty and stuff. And this is another one. I want to open this as a discussion. This is not a hate-filled thing. This is not my rebuttal of you're stupid and the way you think is stupid. But this is more of a discussion about the game that we have played for so long. We've played Call of Duty for so long, and I want to talk about the dynamics of Call of Duty and what we want out of Call of Duty, what we play Call of Duty for. So let's talk about what he said. Two things I want to touch on. He said that the pace of the game is slow, and the person who is pre-aiming is rewarded, while the person running around is not. This is where I am going to try and point out a flaw in his logic. I believe it's a flaw in his logic. Now let's take all of the extra crap that is loaded onto Call of Duty and let's put them away. Let's take away the perks, the kill streaks, and let's talk about just a normal gunfight. Now, Call of Duty is a shooter. Now, whether you're talking first-person shooter, third-person shooter, I don't know, but maybe a second-person shooter, the objective is the same. Get the most shots, the shots required on target as fast as you can before your opponent does the same to you. Whoever has the most shots on target will win that gunfight. The exact number of shots on target will vary. That is what we call time to kill or bullets to kill or whatever you want to call it. However, the objective is the same. So in order to stay alive, there are two separate things you can do. You can think offensively, and you can be very accurate with your shots. You can get your shots on target really quickly and have great accuracy. The second mindset of staying alive is making yourself a more difficult target to hit. We've seen this specific mechanic, this specific feature of a shooter implemented a few different ways in Call of Duty. The first way is obviously cover. If you are behind cover, if you're behind a head glitch, if you're behind a wall, if you're behind a barrel, if you're behind a dirt mound, you are going to be a much more difficult target to hit than your opponent. That is how all shooters work. If you're behind cover, the enemy has a smaller target, therefore it is more difficult for them to get their shots required on target. With that in mind, of course the guy who is pre-aiming behind cover is going to be rewarded because that's how the basic fundamentals of a shooter work. It doesn't make a lick of sense for the person who is sprinting out in the open to be rewarded because number one, they are not ready to put shots on target because they're sprinting with their weapon, and when you're sprinting with your weapon, you're not ready for a gunfight. Number two, you're running, you're out in the open, you don't have cover. Unless you're running behind a wall or you're running from cover to cover, you're most likely gonna be an easy target that can't shoot back. So the fact that Ace says that the person pre-aiming is rewarded and the fact that the runner is not rewarded is a reason why he doesn't like a game doesn't make any sense to me. It doesn't make any logical sense from a shooter's perspective. From a mechanical's perspective, it doesn't make logical sense. That being said, there's a second way that a player can make himself a harder target to hit. This is going to be where we get introduced to the advanced movement. This was huge. It was huge for Call of Duty because of the fact that it makes everybody a much harder target to hit, because now you don't need to just worry about the 2D planes. You don't need to worry about left and right anymore. You need to worry about left, right, up, and down. This makes everybody a much harder target to hit because people are flying all over the place. Take a sniper. Take somebody who loves sniping in Call of Duty and take him from Ghosts and before and thrust him into the advanced movement. Sniping in the advanced movement games is so difficult because when people are far away from the action, they're using their advanced movement. They're boosting all around, they're slide jumping, they're going up in the air, left, right, everywhere. They're moving sporadically. It makes them a much more difficult target to hit. Now, unfortunately for people like me who do like the slower paced boots on the ground movement, a lot of people want this style of movement. A lot of people love boost jumping, double jumping around a corner and avoiding the people who are aimed down sights in a head glitch and taking them by surprise. It doesn't happen all the time, but it happens enough of the time to be an effective counter, at least somewhat, when you are pre-aiming down sights, ready for someone to turn the corner, and they leap across the corner and they boost. They're like 20 feet in the air. It does make them a harder target to hit, and it creates a more, I'll say, 50-50 gunfight. It takes away the advantage of the pre-aimed person. Now, I haven't spoken to Ace directly about this, but I believe this is why he and many other people enjoy the advanced movement. They have some way of at least somewhat countering the people in head glitches, pre-aiming, in cover. That is as factual as I can get with this commentary. Everything else that I say is gonna be subjective because I don't think it's balanced. Well, no. I don't think it's consistent. I don't think the advanced movement is consistent enough for me to enjoy the game because it really does rely on the skills of the players. It relies on your aim. And when the entire game is about whose aim is better, it's seemingly random, at least to me, because the strategy of cover, the strategy of maneuvering the map effectively, the strategy of choke points is essentially gone in these advanced movement games. And that's something that I don't like, but it could be something that many other people like, so that's completely subjective. But I do want to point out, I want to throw this card on the table. If you are a fan of this style of gameplay, if you love your aim being your primary goal in a shooter, I would highly recommend Halo. Halo 2, Halo 3, the pinnacle. I think Halo Reach is widely acclaimed by its fans, but Halo 2, Halo 3 are probably the most critically acclaimed Halo games for its multiplayer. Now, I know what you're thinking. Oh, you're a Call of Duty, you don't like Halo. Halo's dumb, it's stupid. Give it a shot. I tried it, and I can see the appeal of it. I really can. You have more health, but you have that maneuverability. You have that sense of you're up in the air and your movement is so essential within a gunfight. And the gunfights are very rewarding in Halo. The one dynamic you might have to fight with is that there are power weapons, there's overpowered weapons that are spread upon the map, and there's a lot of map control and teamwork that goes with it, But my point is, if you're itching for that maneuvering in the air, if you're itching for your gunfights to be about aim and accuracy, Halo is a fantastic game for that. But like I said, this is no hate towards Ace. This is 100% to get the conversation on the table. Let's talk about it. Why do we play Call of Duty? What type of Call of Duty do we like? And what are the basics of a shooter that we can manipulate in order to make Call of Duty what we want it to be, and what strategy and skills we want to reward about Call of Duty. But anyway, that's all I have for you guys today. Let me know in the comment section below what you guys think about this situation. And until the next absolutely beautiful Call of Duty morning, I'll catch up with you guys later. And as always, stay beautiful.